kid. You gotta just go for it. Don't think about what comes after or what came before. You just gotta bend your knees, take a deep breath, and jump. And you might think, what if I fall? Well, what if you don't? What if you fly?
Good evening and welcome along to this live coverage of Farnham Town versus Poole Town in the Southern Premier South. I'm Ben Smith, joined by Farnham Club Secretary Frankie Hobbs. And Frankie, Farnham have been involved in a lot of cup action in recent weeks, but now it really starts to get serious in the league. It's Saturday, Tuesday for the next 3 weeks. Got to start picking up points.
Yeah, it's 3 huge games in the next 7 days, really. I think Farnham will look to sort of cut that big 3-week period into chunks, and this chunk here is Poole Town at home, playoff side. Saturday, Uxbridge away, playoff side. Tuesday, Gloucester away, second in the league. So 3 huge games, and it starts tonight here at home. A place they've not had the best record this season, and they'll be looking to put that right.
Yeah, 9 points from 7 games at home. It's not the sort of record that's particularly conducive to a title push, but that is something Farnham are still keen to mount this season. The last time we brought you a live stream on a midweek evening here, they suffered a cruel defeat at the hands of Walton and Hersham, and they've already played Poole this season as well. Another game we streamed, that away game where Poole scored at the death to deny Farnham what would have been a huge 3 points.
Yeah, it sort of felt like a big moment for the team, and if they'd have got out of there with that 3 points, where would the season have gone from now? But Farnham can't think like that. They've got to go on a run themselves. You know, if you've got a Farnham hat on and you're still going for the title, you look at Walton and Hersham, who are top, and you say they cannot keep this up forever. And if they do, then fair enough, they win the league. And if they don't, you've got to be there to pounce.
So we are all set. Farnham are in the tunnel. And as mentioned, that home record of just 9 points through 7 games here does have to improve sharpish. And it's a tough test tonight. Mentioned Gloucester as well. They've also played Farnham already this season. It's funny how the schedule has worked out. But a really packed few weeks before Christmas now.
It's a tricky period for Farnham, definitely is, and they've not really had what you'd say easier fixtures are so far. They've played a lot of the playoff teams. You know, I know Paul Johnson will probably be looking at that and saying, when does that schedule open up? But it doesn't. They're all tough games, as we saw with you know, the game against Weymouth. You played someone who's near the bottom of the league, and they can come here and turn you over.
So we're just waiting for the teams to emerge, which they now do. Farnham Town back in league action after exiting the FA Trophy at the weekend. Tonight they host Poole Town, who they drew 2-2 with on the south coast earlier this season. And Farnham line up with the same back 5 that they've had for 4 games on the bounce now since Dan Bayliss' arrival. He's at centre-back alongside Ryan Kinane. The full-back positions are occupied by Jack Dean and Brandon Mason, and it's Mike Ecott in goal. Matt McKenzie and Harry Cooksley both sat out of the starting lineup on Saturday. They're back in from the start this evening. Bobby Joe Taylor starts as well, alongside Bo Booth, who's straight in after joining Farnham this week. And it's Owen Dean up front alongside Sam Evans. A rare start for Evans. He's been battling fitness issues himself, but he gets his chance this evening. And the bench is Tom Leggett, Joe Jackson, Imran Uche, Adam Little and Ogo Obi. And we'll give you the Poole Town team as well. It's Adam Parks in goal. It's Josh McCormick, Ryan Campbell, the captain, Josh Staunton, Billy Lowes, Charlie Davis, and the league's top goal scorers, Kiel Gwengwi, Harvey Slade, Owen Dorr, Henry Spalding, and Antonio Diaz. And notably, IK Hill, who scored twice in that reverse fixture, is only on the bench this evening. So, Bo Booth straight in, Frankie.
Yeah, I think it's a case of, from speaking to the manager Paul earlier, he said, I want to see what he's got. And, you know, you bring in a player, you have an objective of seeing what they're about. You know, I think sometimes when you sign a new player, they come off the bench, they make a few cameos, and you don't quite know what you have. So, you know, he's throwing him in today, and he might, you know, hopefully for Paul Johnson's sake and Farnham Town's, he'll thrive. But he can definitely announce himself tonight.
Yeah, he certainly announced himself in this ground earlier this season when he played for Shirley. He scored a splendid equaliser in a game that Farnham drew 2-2, one of the many drop points they've had at home. Bo Booth was responsible in many ways for that. Stunning strike in the end to our right, which is currently occupied by Poole Town in all yellow.
Feels weird to see Farnham not be switched there. Ryan, looks like he won a toss.
Yeah, Kinane often teased by Harry Hugo for losing a lot of tosses. But perhaps Harry's absence is a good omen for Ryan.
Yeah, look, I think you look at Dan Bayliss has settled into life really well at Farnham, but him, Ryan and Ecott as well, newbie to Farnham, they'll be looking for their sort of first real clean sheet in the league. And can they get that tonight? If they do, it'll be huge for Farnham.
So we'll be pulled to get us underway. That's Antonio Diaz just down below us in front of the camera, playing on the left of the forward line by the looks of things. Bobby Joe Taylor is looking to inspire a fast start for Farnham. He has so often been the man this season to inspire Farnham to success when they have had it. And here's Mackenzie, another man who's got some crucial goals this season. Cooksey's touch allows a first touch there for Booth, and a 1-2 with the other new boy Bayliss. And now Mason on to Booth.
Be nice just as a player for him to get his first few touches on the ball. He's not giving it away. All those little psychological things will help.
That was nearly a helpful ball from Kinane out to Owen Dean. Drops for Mackenzie here. Now Bayliss.
Good, that's fine, do it, Bill! Do it, Bill! Slide it across!
Kinane goes long, and he doesn't get the direction on it. If you think back to that reverse fixture, it was a slow start from Farnham, wasn't it, down in Poole? Then they did get themselves in front and didn't really concede too many chances until the goal did eventually come in stoppage time from Poole to nick a point.
Yeah, frustrating evening. You sort of do all the hard work and then let it all go in a moment, and then you sort of look back on the game very differently. But it was a pretty good away performance, really, for Farnham.
Here's Campbell. Crossing opportunity for him, perhaps. Just over hits it. Davis tried to rescue it. Yeah, those fine margins this season just haven't really gone Farnham's way, have they? And of course, none more so than the Walton and Hersham game here, with the controversial refereeing decision and then the goal down the other end.
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? Farnham have probably, over the sort of last 2 to 3 years, had a lot go their way. So it's time they're on the wrong end of it.
Yeah, it's just looking to push it through to Spalding. Now it's with Davis. Davis with the cross, that's a better one. And the header wide from Gwengui, who's the man Farnham have got to be careful with tonight.
Yeah, Chance. It's a great ball, whipped in. Header back post. Farnham, you know, they've got into a bit of a habit of conceding a lot of goals, which is not a habit you want to have if you're going to win the title. So, or even, you know, go deep in the playoffs. So they're definitely going to need to get that sort of psychological monkey off their back, and you know, riding out little chances like that will help.
And Gwengui just got in there ahead of Jack Dean. There was no malice in the challenge, but Gwengui was alert to it and quick, and wins his team a free kick in Farnham territory. And he is lively, Poole's number 9. 13 goals to his name in the league.
Didn't see a lot of him away.
Back up! Bill, relax, Bill.
So Davis standing over this one. Farnham hold their line just on the D. And it's whipped in and away by Jack Dean. Push forward towards Gwengui, who gets the flick straight to Jack Dean, and he was looking for his brother Owen. And Booth wins that one nicely. Mason.
Pretty even start, really. Farnham, neither teams really had sort of a foothold on it. Poole had the only chance of the game. Wonder when we'll see it sort of set into its natural rhythm here.
Jack Dean. And his deflected cross might fall kindly for Owen Dean, and his control with his chest was just too heavy.
Yes, slippery night. Having a walk across that pitch, it is very wet out there, but Owen, a man of his quality, will have hoped for a better touch there, really.
Staunton. And Adam Parks in goal for Poole. How Farnham would love performance from Sam Evans tonight on his return to the starting lineup. That's a nice touch from Taylor. And Booth. And Evans is onside here. Here's his chance. Cannot beat Parks. What an opportunity.
Yeah, he's got to score. Booth's done really well there. He'll be really happy with his start. He's played in Sam Evans, and Sam, he's got that finish in his locker. It's one we've seen a lot. Farnham will be gutted not to be one up here.
Yeah, you think back to Ascot away last season, it was a very similar chance to that. But Evans perhaps lacking confidence. He's been in and out of the team. Of course, fitness, as mentioned, has been an issue. Of course, a fit and firing Evans puts that away. He might be in again here. He's onside again. And this time, he's got options arriving in the middle. One of them being Dean, one of them being Taylor. Fans thought it was in. Taylor! Oh! Well, the chances are coming now.
Yeah, that Farnham have upped it. It's, you know what, brilliant run from Evans. Farnham have really missed that in the last few weeks. Just that person who's willing to, you know, a lot of Farnham's play comes off Owen Dean in the air, but he's not always the one that's able to run in behind. They've missed a little bit of that, and Sam's provided it. He's been found, and nearly twice there provided the opener.
Yeah, did everything right that time. Evans, angle perhaps too tight to go for goal himself. Comes in from Taylor, and Bayliss challenged. Now Cooksey will get underneath it. Tried to bring it down. It was always a tall order. But now he's got to track back, because this is a nice opening for Poole. Mason coming across to his opposite side to deal with the danger. And now Jack Dean. Tempo starting to rise. Dean looking for Evans, a bit behind him. And Charlie Davis advised to settle it down as the game really opened up there. Campbell. Have Poole learnt their lesson? They've allowed Sam Evans in behind twice in his first 7 or 8 minutes. Mason tried to step in again, didn't win it that time. Mackenzie did. And Bayliss rolls it back to Ecott. Yeah. He's happy to just get rid of it. Evans strong.
You know what? It's been a pretty good start from Sam. You know, you'd have wanted, if you're the manager, for him to really put himself about, make those runs, challenge the defence, and he's done that. He's not quite had his rewards, but I think Jono will be happy with the intent he's shown.
And here they come. Opportunity to shoot on the left foot, and he does. And Charlie Davis gives Poole a valuable lead here after Farnham felt they should have been in front with 3 chances of their own going begging. It's the visitors who strike first.
And if you ever wanted a lesson in why you need to take your chances, Farnham could have had 3 and they find themselves behind. It's just an easy ball. They're played through again, and it's a good finish in the end, but it's a really poor goal to concede from Farnham's perspective. As I said earlier, Farnham have made a bit of a habit of conceding a lot of goals, and that has continued. No clean sheet again. It's a big mountain to climb now, but you know what? As with every game here this season, it feels like there's a lot of goals, and I'm sure we're in for another one.
Well, it's Farnham's season encapsulated, as you said. They are behind again at home.
It's actually there was a little one, sort of 30 seconds before, a little warning where the ball was played sort of from that same channel, and Farnham just didn't learn their lesson.
Well, are we in for another roller coaster night here at the Memorial Ground? Owen Dean helps it on. Davis just found a yard of space on the edge of the box, and he punished a lapse in concentration. And Ecott couldn't get across to it. Mackenzie getting in there. Now Dean. And Cooksley took too long on the ball. And even those little bounces go in the way of Poole, but they've worked this nicely with Campbell and Diaz combining.
They look up for it. That goal has really put a spring in their step.
Slade looking for Gwengui. He's still got it. He's still got it. Now McCormick. Oh, this is a real test of Farnham's character. Behind again. Long way to go. Evans is strong again. And Sam Evans has got another chance. 4 defenders around him. He goes for goal. Drops for Taylor. Forced onto his right foot. He's got Owen Dean with him. Instead, lays it off to Jack Dean. Now Taylor gets onto his favoured left. Oh, and here's Evans, and now Mason. And Dean! Well, no flag. Owen Dean misses from inside the 6-yard box.
You know what? It's brilliant football from Farnham. The patience they showed there. They didn't, you're 1-0 down, you can get impatient, but they didn't. They trusted the football. Sam Evans sort of started it all off, and he's laid off Brandon Mason, who's put a brilliant ball in. No flag. Owen Dean will want that one back. It's a gilt-edged chance. Poole come away alive, and, who's to say they won't, go and double their lead now?
Well, we thought the 3 chances before the Poole goal were pretty clear ones. That was even more so. Owen Dean, of all people, just looked like one that any contact would have been enough.
I hate to say he hit it too well, but he just got too much on it. You just sort of want to stuff those in. But you know what? Paul Johnson will be really happy with the move. I think the patience they showed, I think Booth in there has looked really tidy. So yeah, I think the balance looks pretty good for Farnham. I think they look a bit susceptible on that counter-attack, but look, we're in for another roller coaster game at the Memorial Ground. The great entertainers.
Yeah, this is the game you want to be tuned into if you're sat at home. That's a nice turn by Booth. And he's looking for Dean, and now Taylor, and it's 4-on-3 momentarily. Taylor keeps going, and here's Evans. It's another one that's easy enough for Parks.
Yeah, Farnham are sort of carving chances open at will. They look like they could score every time they come forward. That's not going to last forever. Paul will figure this out a little bit and sort of close up the chances. So Farnham are going to have to score soon.
Oh, and here comes Campbell. Kane covers, and Eacott launches it. Campbell. That's a nice one into Slade.
Very encouraging start for the new man in the 10 there.
That's a nice touch. On to Diaz, and now Gwengui. And that shot's deflected for a Poole corner.
That can't happen. I mean, that one ball inside is killing Farnham every time. And as much as Farnham look like they can score every time they go forward, Poole look the same. So, yeah, there's some. I think, in a weird way, both managers will be happy with how their team are creating chances, but on the flip side, both will be unhappy about how they're giving them away.
So Davis, the goal scorer, goes short, creates a better angle for the cross. It's a deep one, and that's an important header from Bayliss, and a good touch from Booth, who's got 2 ahead of him. If he can get his head up, Dean holds his run, and he's onside. He's got Taylor in support, and Taylor is offside.
I think when Booth plays it to Dean, Dean's got to really drive. He's got to go and commit a man, hopefully. I think he looked to pass that too early. I need, I think you'd want Owen to be slightly more greedy there.
Staunton. And Parks. Here's Owen Dorr. Antonio Diaz down below us, hungry for the ball at all opportunities.
First time I've heard someone call their own teammate boring.
Parks goes long. And Bayliss took a risk there, heading that into central area, but it paid off. That's a nice touch from Mason into Mackenzie, and now Cooksley. Worked out wide to Jack Dean.
Nice, it's better.
Nice feet from Cooksley. Wins his team a free kick. Ryan Killeen just receiving some instructions from his manager.
I think when you have two top teams playing each other, you always wonder that it's going to be a boring game, but this is certainly the opposite.
Floated in by Taylor. Booth went up. And, free kick now. Goes Farnham's way again.
Play on. Play on.
Cooksley looking to get on with it quickly. Taylor. In swinger. Good delivery. Oh, and it's off the bar.
Don't believe it.
And kept in. Bayliss again. Still alive here. This time for Booth. Oh, Bo Booth! What a way to announce yourself as a Farnham Town player. The same end at which he scored for Shoning earlier this season. Tonight, it's Farnham's equaliser.
I think that just about sums it all up. Farnham have missed 5 chances which they should score, and they've gone and scored the hardest of the lot. It's a fantastic first goal for Bo. You know, I think he's had a fantastic start to the game, and he's topped it off there with a wondrous strike. Bayliss will be annoyed he's not got his first goal, but he'll be happier that an attacker's got his first. So it's a brilliant introduction. Farnham back level. Somehow, I don't think that's the last of the goals.
And it's no more than Farnham deserve. Well, Bo Booth having his own goal of the season competition in that goal. As soon as it opened up for him, he just felt it was only destined for one place.
As soon as he left his foot, it was just in. It was very reminiscent of a sort of Jordan Gallagher goal last season. Yeah, brilliant start.
Yeah, these first 18 or so minutes have flown by. 1-1. Mackenzie helps it on, as does Cooksley. Both teams are going to pressurise Dorr there. Leacock looking for Taylor.
Really fast game out there. Just looks like it's been played at a really high tempo.
That's a really good crossfield ball and a good touch as well from McCormick. And now Slade. Lowes and Cooksley and Booth between them win it back, and then Mackenzie gets onto it, and here's Booth again.
Oh, he's full of confidence. He has wrapped that ball around. But, you know, it's very rare you get a team come to the Memorial Ground and really play that aggressive going forward. Farnham don't often find themselves having the opportunity to counter-attack at home. Very refreshing to see.
Mason. I mean, it was a very different game, wasn't it, the reverse fixture? Right, it finished 2-2, but it was a game of few chances, really. This one's had
tight,
more action in the first 20 minutes than we saw all night there, really. Here's Gwengui, and now Diaz. He's always looking for that ball inside, isn't he? Cooksley. Nicely done.
Cooksley just gives you a lot of control in that midfield. You know, Farnham have lacked a bit of control, and then they've got it through Cooksley there.
Yeah, Farnham have got very different profiles of midfielders. As you say, Cooksley definitely the controlling type. Bayliss looking for Dean. Now Owen Dean. Bayliss looking for Jack Dean again. And Dean gets there, and he goes down. He feels he was fouled. And he's still down.
But the strong tackle, I think he got the ball in today's game. You normally see him give him, but yeah, certainly made a loud noise. I think everyone might just use this opportunity to take a breath, because it's been a whirlwind start. But I tell you what, if you've bought a ticket or you're watching on YouTube, you have got your money's worth today. That's for sure. It's been a cracking start. This is why we watch non-league football. Two teams just going at it.
Yeah, 421 currently watching on YouTube. Usually builds up as the game goes on, but we've certainly made a good choice ahead of those international games taking place this evening. And Poole Town also streaming down below us. Their pitch-side camera. Plenty of eyeballs on this as Poole win another free kick. Here's Dort. Now Diaz looking to get Gwengui involved. Probably not been as involved as Poole would have liked.
No, I mean, look, it's a tough task to come away to Farnham and play against Bayliss and Canane. But they have been troubled this season. But the back four, some strikers have had good days here.
Here is Gwengui. And now Lois. Cut out by Cooksley. Lois gets another chance, and he gets Diaz in here, and he gets to the byline, and it was a really nice stood-up cross, maybe just too high for Davis, looking to double his tally for the night.
Yeah, but I mean, from a Poole perspective, he's got to do better there as well. I mean, it's a great ball in to sort of get the left winger in, and he's delivered a great ball. As I said earlier, the goals have not finished. These are two teams that struggle to keep the opposition from scoring. So yeah, we're in for an exciting rest of the game for sure.
Flicked on for Slade. And Bayliss read that one, and he looks to get Dean on his way, and he can keep this in, Owen Dean. Evans arrives in the centre. Booth is also on the scene. Dean keeps going for now, and fires one across the face. It wasn't far wide at all.
No, he was really aggressive there, and I think if you've watched a lot of Owen, you've wanted that in his game, where he sort of sizes up a man one-on-one and does a trick and beats him, and he done it. Good effort. Got to get those on target, but good effort, and again, just full of action here at the Memorial Ground.
"25 minutes in, Farnham did trail early through Charlie Davis's goal for Poole. Cancelled out by Bo Booth on his Farnham debut in some style. Here's Staunton. Poole just taken over again in the last few minutes. Swept forward by Slade. And on to Gwengui. Looking to beat Canane for pace. Positioned himself well, the Farnham captain. And Evans is in behind again. Doesn't quite get out of his feet. Moves it on for Taylor. He's shown onto his right. And in the end, it's a corner.
Yeah, to come away from a corner there without a shot is disappointing. That flick on from Owen was brilliant. Sam just had the beating of the man. Just, you know, would a fit, healthy, firing Sam Evans have really taken that and driven it towards the goal? Maybe. Just that maybe slight lack of confidence. He's laid it off instead of taking a shot on himself. But again, Farnham showing they can mix up, they can play short, they can create chances that way, but they can also just go that route one, flick off Owen Dean and have the man running off the back of it.
And it comes from Taylor. Didn't get the desired height on that cross. Here's Booth. Feel like something's going to happen every time he receives the ball. Bayliss. Swivel and shot. Owen Dean. Got Jack Dean with him. He crosses first time. Mackenzie for Cooksley. And Jack Dean. Oh, he just rolls one into the 6-yard box. And another half chance goes begging.
Yeah, it was a nice ball from Cooksley. He slipped it in. It didn't look like there was the room for that ball, but he found it. Jack Dean in a position that Jack Dean will want to get into.
Diaz. And now Owen Dean for Farnham. Cooksley, they've got numbers again here, the home side. Owen Dean, can he work the space for a shot? He can! And that's off the post. And that's another time that the clock ender thought it was in. I think it got the slightest of touches from Parks with his fingertips.
Yeah, it was a brilliant save. He looked in all the way, even once he got that touch. But just shows you how crucial that touch was. But, you know, it's, Farnham are sort of turning the screw here. Poole will just want to get through this sort of next 5 minutes.
Well, Bayliss and Dean have both hit the woodwork. So many chances have gone Farnham's way. Only the one goal, though. That's a better delivery from Taylor. And Evans in front of goal. Ball still in play. Everyone seemed to stop. And it comes from Taylor again. Only half clear. And, well, Canane was just leaning back because he struck that one over.
Yeah, I mean, starting to run out of words, to be honest. Another chance goes begging. Having done this for a long time now, I've rarely seen a half with as many chances as this. Yeah, Farnham have been not just the better side, they've been far superior here, and they're somehow level. And, you know, they're going to have to fix that pretty quickly because Poole will have spells in the game and they will have chances. And the longer this goes 1-1, you know, further away Farnham seem. But, you know, performance levels, manager cannot be unhappy at all. It's been a brilliant performance. Just that cutting edge, which hasn't really been the story of Farnham's season. So, yeah, definitely encouraging signs. It's just about going to that next level now.
Cooksley. Lovely control from him. And he's got Jack Dean, who can deliver if he chooses to. Taylor. Mackenzie. And now Cooksley.
You'd say this is probably the shape that you'd expected the game to take a little bit more of.
Taylor picking up on that loose ball. And now Booth. Will he have a go? Well, he did. And it's a corner.
Positive. It's really positive. Bobby Joe looked like he might just go all alone there, but come out to Bo Booth. He's worked a nice opportunity. I thought he maybe could have taken that half a second earlier, but he's had a great start.
This time Harry Cooksley's going to take over. Farnham looking to edge in front. It would be deserved if they could find a way. It's an outswinger. Goes all the way through.
Pretty good delivery. Pretty good delivery. Surprised Bobby Joe Taylor wasn't on it, but...
Peacock looking for Bayliss, who's still forward. Slade. Poole have had their moments in this game, but they've not created too many chances, at least since that first 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, they've had a couple of headers. I think there's definitely enough in the game, though, for them. They look like every time they do go forward, they've got an opportunity. So there's enough to keep them honest.
Here's a chance. And Peacock was alive to it as Gwengi was bearing down on goal.
Yeah, just as you've seen there, just one ball, and Ecott's going to have to come out and deal with it. Farnham, the way they play is very brave. Sort of really throw everyone forward, and you can get caught. And they've been caught at times this season, and we'll have to learn that way. We'll have to learn how to be cute.
That was nicely done from Bayliss. Cooksley, he's growing into the game as well. And Evans is pulled back. And that will be a free kick, and you wonder if the first card of the night might be produced. Looks like he might get away with just a talking to there, Josh McCormick.
It's just one of those on the line, isn't it? Sam's not in the most promising of positions, but it's pretty blatant. Farnham looked to go quickly.
Mason. Taylor wants it. Oh, and Mason had to squeeze it through to Bobby Joe Taylor. Looking to work the ball through those tight areas, Farnham. They've certainly got the players to do it, one of them being Taylor. Evans. And an instinctive shot from Evans. Farnham have hit the post for the third time tonight.
It's a great save. I mean, it's a really nice effort as well on Sam's weaker foot. He's just looked like it was creeping in, and somehow it's gone the other side of the goal. I mean, yeah. You don't need me to say it. Farnham have had a lot of chances, and we know what can happen next.
Lovely win there by Jack Dean. Dean goes down under the challenge of Gwengwi.
Interesting to see Farnham not set that up as a sort of free kick, where they probably have in the last few weeks. They're definitely looking to play more, get it restarted quicker. It's definitely a change you'd notice if you have been watching Farnham in the last few weeks. They've been a little bit more deliberate in the last few weeks, and tonight they're looking to get things going, looking to get the pace high, looking to sort of play Poole off the park. And you have to say it's working. Just about adding that final touch.
Evans caught offside for the first time this evening, I think. He's timed a lot of his work really well.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of him timing them well and the Poole players sort of being on their feet a little bit. He's been able to get in a couple of times.
He's just looking to play that into Diaz, and Dean has to track back and gets it up the line to Owen Dean. And now it's on by Kinane. Mackenzie gathers, and he's found the gap through to Owen Dean. He goes down under the challenge of Campbell. He felt he got the ball, as do the Poole Town coaching staff.
See, I'm not sure that's a foul, but if he has given a foul, I'm not sure how it's not a yellow card. It's one of those, but yeah, I think, not sure that's a free kick, but you can see how he's giving it with the sort of noise and yeah, but yeah, I think Poole might feel a little aggrieved with that one.
Just getting a talking to. Doesn't look like any further action, much to the dismay of the Farnham bench. Yeah, difficult decision. But cards remain in referee's pocket for now. Dean, in all sorts of space there, and he tried to fire it across.
He actually made good contact with it. You always worry those, they're going to sort of scuff them a little bit.
Booth. Came with a nice ball that time.
Yeah, just the pace of the passing tonight has just been an upper level.
That one didn't meet its mark from Cooksley. Ryan Kinane on to Cooksley. He's looking for Booth. And it's a good touch from Booth. And he gets onto his left. Perhaps might have been better taking a shot with his right. Maybe the angle just a bit too acute in that instance.
Yes. Again, encouraging signs. Like, if you wanted a bounce back home performance, you know, from the weekend, Farnham have certainly provided that. They haven't come away with the sort of lead that they deserve, but just think it's a matter of time. But yeah, not long to go in the half.
Yeah, they want to make this dominance count for something. They have been punished for not doing so at times this season. As recently as the Walton and Hersham game, that one almost fell very kindly for Taylor. Here's Slade. Taylor trying not to afford Poole any time on the ball.
Bobby Joe Taylor's just one of those players, you just got to let him sort of do it, within reason, do what he wants. And if he wants to go and press, he can do it.
Kinane's header. And Dean's clearance. And here is Taylor. Good to flick it on for Dean. Couldn't quite get enough on the header. Here's Gwengui. Couldn't control it. And no messing around from Ecop.
Yeah, head that. Oh. Not sure I like that decision, but not sure I see many strikers get those, but
Gwengui, just a loose touch.
Great ball from Cooksley, that.
Booth, he's on his way again. And he's got Evans through the middle again.
I think he's off.
And he is off. Keeper saves it anyway. Just like he went a split second too early there, Evans.
Yeah, but it all comes from that sort of Cooksley ball through the lines, which sets Farnham away. Poole very open.
Here's Booth again. And it's Mason was being pulled back by McCormick. I think the referee missed that, and in fact he does bring it back after Mason. Oh, he's actually given the free kick against. No, he's given the free kick to Farnham.
Oh, right, fine.
Even though Mason lost the ball. Here's Taylor.
Right decision was made in the end.
Yeah. Oh, not sure Evans was expecting that.
What I would say is the difference tonight is Farnham have really been able to get those 10s on the ball. And that, you know, you get any 10 at this level on the ball in that sort of final third, they've all got the quality to play that ball. So it's been a really good job from Farnham to get those guys the ball, and now they just need to add that final quality.
That's another good ball from Cooksley into Mackenzie. Who exchanges with Taylor and keeps going and gets it back from Dean. And it's across the face. Farnham have tried that a few times tonight to no avail. Keep getting themselves in that area. I do think at some point it will come off. Paul Johnson looks pretty happy down there.
And he should be. He should be. It's been a really good performance. You have to just trust that you keep doing what you're doing, and the results come.
That's lively work from Diaz. Canane with time. There's one more chance in this for Farnham before half-time, and the way things are going, you would expect so. Poole would be delighted to get in at the breakaway square, and that's having taken the lead. Diaz's touch. Mackenzie does well. Gwengwe just crouched down, so no high foot. Dean, Evans, no flag. Farnham in a good area again here, with Sam Evans going, well, it was neither a cross or a shot in the end.
Yeah, they both sort of ran away there, and you can see their Owen's a little bit frustrated. Farnham have found their way behind the defensive line quite easily today, and they've just not had the quality at the end of it. So often this season they've struggled against sort of more what you'd call low blocks, but tonight's not been one of those.
Excellent. Then go away from the play so you come into it.
Kane makes it his. Here's Campbell. He sold Diaz short, and now it's Cooksley. On for Jack Dean. Farnham again making progress down this right-hand side. That progress is halted, momentarily at least. Taylor dropping into a deep position. Mason calling for it on the left. Evans in the centre. That's who Mason was aiming for. Might get another chance to cross, or he's also got Booth with him. Cooksley calling for it. And receiving it from Mason. It's Canane. Jack Dean. And picked up by Taylor. Diaz did enough.
It's fantastic from Captain Ryan Canane there.
Closing moments of the first half. Couple of minutes left in it. Oh, I'm knocking on the door. Canane gets that one wrong, but it's... Oh! We've not been great on the second balls, Paul, in the last quarter of an hour. Wow, Taylor put Canane under a bit of pressure.
Strong tackle, that.
Gwengwe ready to burst into life whenever he gets the opportunity. Well, at least one picked up by Farnham, this time Taylor. It's broken down there with Mackenzie. Here's Dorr. Surely just a case of seeing this out now for Poole Town. Gwengby might have other ideas. He's moved it on nicely for Lois. And now Diaz. Oh, what a chance here! And a crucial save. But it's still not completely dealt with, and it rolls wide from Gwengby. Well, that would have been typical.
I think we all just need a moment.
Well, you've got Canane and Ecott down, and looks like Cooksley as well. They're all down in a heap.
Feels like the end of the round. This is a boxing match. End of the round, go to your corners, let's have half time. I mean, what a half of football, but not a great one for the fans of defenders amongst us. It's not been vintage defending on either side. But Poole, they rode out that storm, and they had the chance there to take the lead, have what would have been a valuable lead out of nowhere. They'll be gutted now. It's funny. 3 minutes ago they'd have been delighted to get in 1-1. Now they'll be going, we're absolutely gutted. We could be 2-1 up here.
It was lovely from Gwengby, wasn't it? Just to hold it up and lay it off for Lois, who drove
first forward. real bit of quality from him, and you can sort of see why he's having such a season he is. It's not easy up there. You take the ball might come forward 20 times, and 19 times you're sort of snuffed out, and then that 20th time you've got to come alive. So fair play to him, and nearly got his nearly provided the goal that got his team ahead.
Taylor and Canane arguing down there.
Two big characters. Two big characters.
Owen gets up, and it's on by Evans, and here's Taylor, and Taylor wins the corner.
Just feel like we've been down that right channel a lot today. Haven't quite had the sort of right ball, right run. Interesting, it's gone back to Bobby Joe Taylor now on the corner, not Harry Cooksley.
It's decent delivery, and it's met, and it's, well, Evans was going in, and that is that, and that's a lot of action we've seen there in 45 minutes. Poole Town took an early lead through Charlie Davis, and then a real moment of brilliance from Bo Booth to get Farnham level, and it's 1-1 at the break. Farnham will feel they should be in front though.
Definitely. I mean, it's at the same time Poole will feel like they should probably be ahead as well. Chances at both ends. Farnham definitely been the better team, definitely had the most chances, could have had 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but Poole again, they've been dangerous every time they've gone forward. They've thrown men forward. They've not just sort of gone in ones and twos. They've gone in threes and fours, and it's been a fascinating watch. Can't keep your eye off it. A lot of the times I think at this level you get a lot of games that are really tactical. You get games that there aren't a lot of chances. It's about who makes the least mistakes. Sorry, but here it's been about who wants to go and score the goals, and that, for me, that's the sort of football I like watching. And yes, it could go either way. It's one of those where you couldn't call it. You would not be shocked if Farnham ran out sort of 4-1 winners, or Poole came here and stole something. So it's all to play for.
Because without creating many chances, all right, they had the one at the left. You still get that feeling, and it's a bit of a bit of trauma from previous matches, but you still get that feeling that they are very dangerous. Paul.
Yeah, they are. They've got quality going forward. They're in the position they are in the league for a reason. We've had enough of the season now to know that these teams who are up in the playoff positions and around the playoff positions are there because they're on merit, and they've proved that in this half. They've perhaps not been as solid defensively as they looked in the reverse game, but going forward they've definitely looked more bright.
As a Farnham, and you have to give them credit for that, because it's been a brutal few weeks in terms of the schedule with all the cup competitions and results to an extent as well, especially that crushing defeat here against Walton and Hersham, which many people might look at that and think that's Farnham's title bid, not dead and buried, but definitely put on the back burner for now. But to come here tonight and perform like this with the tempo more than anything else, is that?
Yeah, I think the performances for a while it's looked lethargic in terms of really creating chances, but tonight the handbrake's come off, and they've really gone for it. Jack and Brandon have flown forward. Matt and Cooksley as well in that midfield, they've both gone forward. You've seen instances where Cooksley's overlapped Jack Dean. You've seen instances where Matt McKenzie's overlapped the strikers as well. So Farnham are really going for it. They've left themselves open a few times at the back, but if you're going to concede anyway, you may as well go for it. And I'd say Farnham's best opportunities in the last few weeks have come through set pieces, long throws, balls in the box, but tonight it's been cutting them open. Cooksley finding Bo and Bobby Joe in those nice positions, and Sam over the top has made a real difference. I think Bo Booth looks like a real good signing so far. It's early in his career, but he's added that other element of a natural 10 that Cooksley can do it, Owen can do it, but no, since Daryl's been injured, no one's really made that their own. So Bo's come in and can naturally play there, and it's been a brilliant 45 from him.
And it's the same time of the season when we saw 12 months ago Farnham start to make some really big moves in the transfer market, bringing in 2 or 3 players that really solidified them as title favourites. In the end, of course, it was a landslide victory, and obviously trying to recreate that with this sort of Bayliss, Ecott and now Booth, and they've all made a big impact already. Yeah, look, it's I think at every level you never get it right, completely right in the summer, and not just from a player perspective, but just the makeup of the squad or the injuries or whatever, and those first sort of 10 games you're sort of working out exactly where you are. That period's gone now. We know what we've got. Farnham now have been aggressive in the market. They've gone out and got Bayliss and Ecott, who are their long-term targets and have been signed to multi-year deals. Bo Booth hasn't been signed to a multi-year deal yet, but he's going to come in, and he's come in hungry, and he's proved why. He's had a great career before Farnham and before Sholen as well. And I think that pattern of you go out, you make your summer business, and then just throughout the season you're refining that work. And Farnham done that pretty successfully last year with Sanderson Croy, with Jordan Gallagher. They always do that, and I think it's a credit to them. I think you want to sign from a position of strength rather than a position of weakness, and I think Farnham doing that rather than waiting for results to, rather than waiting to be even further behind Walton and Gloucester, they've gone and done that before that. So, hopefully that aggression pays off. And another one we must touch on is Sam Evans. You've already just alluded to him there, but he was one again that came in last season with a view to this season and the future. It was a big deal. And he's had his issues this season, mostly with fitness and problems that have kept him off the pitch. He had a real opportunity early doors, didn't he, to really sort of get off the mark.
Yeah.
But he's been very involved, and he's probably part of the big reason why Farnham have been able to get him behind with such ease. Yeah,
for sure. And I think you sign someone like Sam Evans, and he has given you in that 45 what you thought you were going to get. And we saw it at the back end of last season. A couple of those goals, I think it was at Rayners Lane here. Ascot, I think, as you said, he's shown quality moments even pre-season this year, and it's just not quite worked for him. He had the ankle injury, and then he's got something a little bit more respiratory based at the moment. He'll get through that, and I think with him actually speaking to him, what he has found difficult is actually coming off the bench to impact games, because with the issue he's got, it's hard for him to get up to the full pace of the game. Whereas I think tonight the strategy has been get him starting, and then he's sort of set into the game, and then he kind of feels more comfortable. That seems to have worked. So, I think if you're looking at if I've got my striker's hat on, I'm Ogo Obi, who you probably say is one of the best finishers at the club. He'd have loved a few of these chances out there. So he's probably chomping at the bit to come on and hopefully get the winner maybe.
But in a way, even though Evans missed a couple of chances, I mean, the keeper's made a couple of decent saves, he's at the post, still feels like a confidence boost in 45 minutes because of how involved he was and how much he created for the rest of his teammates. Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a net positive. He's come on, he's challenged both centre-backs, he looks more physically strong. He had I think of his best performance of the season was probably against Sutton. And since that Sutton game, we haven't really seen the real Sam Evans. But tonight we've seen the real Sam Evans. Should have come away with a goal, maybe two. But I think if you're looking at Farnham from a long-term perspective, you're very happy with that first half performance from Sam. You mentioned we've seen the real him. We've kind of seen the real Harry Cooksley. He's been building up towards this sort of performance, hasn't he? And now he gets that starting role in the six. It had been a bit of a settled midfield pairing with Mackenzie and Leggett for a long time this season, but perhaps at home, Paul Johnson feeling like he wants a bit more spark, a bit more creativity in there, and you get that with Cooksley. Yeah,
and you know, I'm sure you look at Bo starting, Sam starting, Cooksley starting, and Farnham have played a lot better. I'm sure each of those sort of factors has played a little bit towards it, but Cooksley playing deep allows you to get on the ball early. I think if you were away from home, you're probably looking more at the Joe Jackson, Matt Mackenzie, Leggett combination, but Cooksley gives you the ability to sort of play between the lines. He gives you that platform to just pass the ball to Bobby and Bo, so they don't have to come so deep. I think when Farnham sometimes look a bit turgid is when Bobby has to come really deep to get that ball, get him high, get him playing in between the lines, Cooksley feeding him, and it's Matt Mackenzie. His best part of his game is breaking up play, playing in transition. Cooksley is the man to sort of play the pass. So I think I'm surprised we haven't seen that combination yet this season. It's one that on paper you think would be the best.
I mean, we mentioned how difficult the period's been in terms of the schedule, but if you take away the cup games, Farnham are actually on a decent run now, especially those two big away wins where, I mean, that Evesham game, they weren't necessarily at their best, but just that 6 points, it just puts them back on the cusp again, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's all about going, we all talk about going on a little run, and it looks like they're going to do it. And, you don't want to look past this next 45 and the game after, but that game against Gloucester next week is absolutely huge. It's sort of, you don't want to say season defining this early, but that is a real point to make a statement. And are they going to do it? You need to go into that game having won the next two. So it's a really big 45. It's not just a big 45, it's a big 90 on Saturday as well.
And what have you made of Poole? Because they're one of the teams Farnham need to catch up with first before they start thinking about Gloucester, before they start possibly thinking about Welton and Hersham. Poole are one of those teams they're chasing down. They've had a good start to the season, especially on the road. I think they only lost a couple of games on the road. They've won plenty. I think they got maybe the fourth best record in the league on their travels. You can tell they've got the talent, haven't they? It's all a case of have they got the finishing touch tonight? Not quite.
No, but they've given a good account of themselves. I think as with any team in this league, they've just got quality on the pitch, and I think especially going forward they're brave. They are brave. They will play in tight areas, which we've seen. Those little passes that we've seen that cut open Farnham, especially down this left channel. They've got quality, and I think they're a team that have sort of they didn't have the best season last year, but this season they've bounced back, they've retooled, re-equipped, and they're going to be right up there. It's a tricky place to go as well. I mean, they've had a great away record, but those noisy fans behind the goal, they're a really good club, and they've had a good few seasons in the last before last season, and they're a club that will be looking to get promoted in the next few years.
Seeing the half-time entertainment there with the crossbar challenge.
I think it's someone's 17th birthday, I think I heard him say.
Nobody's managed to do it just yet. Farnham have been very good at it tonight, hitting the ball about 3 times. Yeah. Bayliss rattling the crossbar.
Tough conditions out there. You almost need a pair of boots on the side.
Please take the play at own risk in Farnham Town. FC cannot be held liable to injure yourself. Right, 3-10-3, mate.
Just while we wait for this, I think one of the more telling things about Farnham at the moment and about tonight is we've not really thought about the other games in the league, and there's a full 8-game slate and we barely looked at it. I think that just tells you how much Farnham, or at least we are focused on Farnham results, focusing on what Farnham can control.
Yeah, and also I think it says a lot about the quality of the game. I think, having done this a few times, when you're up here and the game's sort of just, drifting you by, it's very easy to sort of look across the leagues, but it's just been so end to end that we've not really had a look. But let's have a look, shall we?
Well, Walton and Hersham are running riot at Sholing, 4-1 up.
Sholing's sort of fallen off a little bit.
I don't want to see you on the backside again, please. One last time.
Oh dear.
Adam, thank you very much for doing this goal.
Will we see anyone do that this season?
Well,
it's going to get harder now.
Seen Peter Crouch go close.
It would be typical to happen the night the chairman isn't here. But yeah, Weymouth winning as well against Taunton. Very interesting scores around the league. Dorchester 1-0 up against Plymouth. Chertsey Hanwell 1-1. They seem to play each other every week.
Yeah, Farnham are in a little bit of a false position given all the cup games they've played. They've played 1, 2, even 3 games fewer than some of the teams above them. So, the hope would be over this next few weeks that it will start to even itself out. But that Saturday, Tuesday grind is not going to be easy, is it?
It's not. Farnham, probably got a little bit more depth than they have had, but it's not a squad blessed with depth. But you will need the squad, and that's why Paul Johnson's got to keep the sort of say players on the bench today. He's got to keep them engaged because you're going to need all 20 men, 20, 21 men for this run, and the bench is going to be big. I think not just tonight, but for the rest of the season. Going to Saturday against Uxbridge is probably a different game entirely. So it's definitely the point of the season where things really start to pick up. It's you find out what you're about. You've had a good start and you're trying to sort of maintain it, or you've had a bad start and you're trying to rectify it. It's the period where teams start to put, Walton and Hersham, for example, they'll really start to pull away, or do they have a little bad run? The way they play football, the pitches get tougher and they struggle. It's definitely what I call the most entertaining part of the season.
Well, we await the teams to re-emerge and mention the bench there. It is a strong bench for Farnham tonight. Adam Liddell scored a couple at Basingstoke a couple of weeks ago. He's in good form. Joe Jackson, also a goal scorer recently. So there's defensive and offensive reinforcements.
Yeah, it's a strong bench. I think, if the sort of makeup of the bench is 3 maybe more defensive players and 2 more attacking players. Is that Jono's ideal bench in terms of makeup? Maybe not. Maybe want one more attacking option off the bench there, but it's definitely a bench of 5 players that could start for any team in this league. The same with Poole. They've got Hill, who had a fantastic game against Farnham in the reverse fixture, and he found himself on a bench. Whether that's this new sort of way of having players listed as finishers, and they're sort of saving him for tired legs, and when the game sort of opens up, well, not that it can open up anymore, but be interesting to see. But I thought we'd have the teams out by now, to be honest.
Don't blame them for wanting a little bit of an extra rest, but here come Farnham, led by Ryan Kinane, who up to now has done a good job on Gwengui. He's been a bit of an isolated figure at times. As is usually the case, no half-time changes for Farnham, and no reason to make any changes really, the way they played in that first 45.
You go, Sam.
The Poole fans populating that Pepperami stand. They will be attacking that end now. Has become the unofficial away end of Memorial Ground.
Yeah, I think Sutton packed it, didn't they? And we've had some good travelling fans in there. Weymouth fans definitely made themselves heard.
So a big 45 minutes ahead of Farnham Town cannot be underplayed if they want to keep pace with the leaders and those chasing the leaders. It's got to be 3 points here.
It does, and you know what, if you're Poole Town, who are in the position that Farnham want to be in, you look at it, not that they will do this, but They'll take a point right now. They will snap your hand off. But Farnham have been the better side. If I had to call it, I'd say Farnham are going to win this game. They've been too good not to.
Well, I'm sure many of you watching on YouTube will just be hoping for a similarly entertaining half. Had everything you would have wanted at first 45. And here is Gwengwi. And what a chance here! Well, the flag goes up in the end. Another warning sign.
Often you come to games like this where the first half's really open and you sort of expect the same in the second half and it doesn't deliver. But if that's anything to go by, we're going to get another 45 minutes of chaos.
And Spalding just going too early that time. And Spalding making a run again. Drops for Slade. Bayless trying to take it off of Davis, who is fouled.
Goes without saying, but it's just psychologically for the season, I think it's so important Farnham don't concede the next goal. Just don't want that mountain to climb. They might climb it, but just I think psychologically you just don't want to go behind again straight away.
McCormick into Spalding, starting the second half brightly here. Like he was winding up for a shot there, Davis. It's confidently done by Mason. Here's Taylor. Now Farnham's turn to bomb forward. Owen Dean into Evans. Sam Evans with another effort. Didn't quite catch it.
No, it didn't quite open up for him.
Don't blame him for taking it on at all. Here's Gwengwi. It looks like we're going to see a resumption of the fast tempo we saw early on. Have to feel that suits Farnham based on how many chances they made in the first half, but it can, of course, come back to bite them. Slade. McCormick. Davis.
It was the right idea, it was too much. Poole have come out looking really sharp though.
Claim looking for Evans. Just put enough pressure on Dorr there. And Evans, no foul given. Taylor!
Oh, he's got to do better.
Pool bodies everywhere.
I mean, it's really good officiating because I think a lot of refs just see two men go down and then blow up straight away. I think what Farnham could have realised is that they had a bit more time there because they had two men down, so you should have an overload somewhere. Just a bit of composure, which is sort of been the story of the game.
And Taylor knows he could have done better there. Maybe he didn't realise he had so much time to pick his spot. Forward by Staunton. Oh, Cooksey had space to turn into there, probably didn't get the shout that was the case. Here he is again though. Been looking for Evans, again just backs into his man. Been getting away with those, so he'll keep doing it.
This is something you want to see more of from Sam. He's a big physical presence. Use it. And he's done that tonight.
Oh, and
yeah, he's done.
Dawes' night is over by the looks of things. He went down a few minutes ago, and having tried to run it off, it's not happening for him. So Poole forced into an early change in the second half. Cooksley receiving some instructions. As Poole make their switch. They look relaxed down there, Paul Johnson and Jimmy Hibbert.
Yeah, I think Paul will be pretty happy. They'll definitely be pretty happy with the first half performance. Ultimately, football's a results-based game, and yeah, so I'm not sure they'll be as happy if this game ends in the same way, but. Bit of a shame for the lad. He's had a pretty decent half, but he's gonna have to go off.
It's going to be Chris Campbell replacing him, so we'll see if that results in a change of shape.
Never want to see players go off for injury.
Looks like Campbell maybe will just move in to the centre of defence. Ryan Campbell, that is.
Looks quite short for a centre-back, really. Just wonder if that's something Farnham will target.
Cooksley and McKenzie getting each other's way. And now Dean beats Diaz to it. And
need better from Owen there. Farnham's got to relax. The game's going to come to him. A few of them out there just need to relax.
Evans continuing to be a nuisance.
He's put himself out there tonight. He's put himself about. That's all you can ask.
Free kick goes against Mason. And for the first time, really, a little bit of the rhythm's been taken out of the game after that stoppage.
Yeah, just a little reset after the injury. It takes everyone a little moment. I'm sure we'll be back to the action very quickly.
Ryan Campbell goes long. Met by Kenane. Now Chris Campbell. Jack Dean looking to see it out, and he does.
I mean, you'd think wearing the number 7, he'd be pretty attacking. So, yeah, it'd be interesting. As you say, they've got 5 subs there. You'd think a couple of them must be defenders. So So yeah, interesting they've brought on the number 7 at left back. It's definitely not a sign of saying that they're happy with a point.
On the cover! On the cover! Your second lady!
Evans with the header. Challenging again. And they're looking for Gwengwi. Kane had to judge that touch. He stabs it into Taylor.
Good start!
Here's Ryan Campbell. You see Chris Campbell bombing on from left back. Now trying to track back.
Oh, it's just in danger of going a little bit flat.
Yeah, we were due a little lull. And it has arrived. Just took that injury to Owen Dorr to really unsettle both teams, really. Canane quite hurt the pitch here. Cooks are getting in to help out. And now Campbell. Here's Staunton, Poole Town captain. Into Davis, their goal scorer. It's a nice touch from Diaz. Into Spalding. And now the substitute, Chris Campbell. Oh, and just a bit of miscommunication there between Campbell and Diaz. It looks like we're going to see another personnel change from Poole Town. Maybe feeling like they've ridden out the Farnham wave.
Yeah, well, I don't think it'll be too long before we see some home changes. But I think there's a case of, especially the way the first half went, that Johnson wanted to see it sort of carry on a little bit. But will be changes soon.
Played into McCormick. And his ball didn't get very far. Here's Spalding. And now Slade. And a couple of wasteful passes with good opportunities for Poole Town.
No, they definitely started the second half the better team. If you watch the first half, you'd think there's only one way the second half was going to go, but Poole have really, even with that injury, have come out and looked the better team. They're more likely. Not quite fashioned anything gilt-edged yet, but they've had the better of the running.
OK Hill is stripped and ready for Poole Town.
Is that a case of they sense that there's the opportunity here? They're bringing on the player that scored 2 in the reverse fixture. The game's just there. It's there for Poole Town if they want it.
Evans continuing to press. Valuable minutes into his legs. You wonder if he might be one that sacrifices, not played that much football.
You think so? You got Liddell and Ogo on the bench that probably are your first ports of call.
Davis just outnumbered there. Poole bide their time with the sub. Bayliss in to Booth. Positive turn and drive forward from him. And he's still got it. He's not shy, is he, Bo Booth?
No, he's got a lot of confidence and scoring goals like he did in the first half, why wouldn't you? Looks like a real player. Just 19 years of age as well.
Body shape! Back line, body shape!
So looking for Owen Dean. He's just going to run out of play. And now we will see Ike Hill introduced, and it will be in place of Henry Spalding, the man who thought he was in on goal in the first action of this second half. He was quiet in the first half, Spalding. He makes way.
Ike Hill had a great game in that first game, free kick as well. Danger man, Farnham have got to really switch on here. They know what he's about. They know he's already caused them some pain this season.
He's gone over to that left-hand side. That looks like it means a change for Antonio Diaz coming out to the right. As Mackenzie goes up, and Booth beats Diaz to it. And here's Mason.
He's isolated out there though.
Booth making the run to drag some defenders out of the way. Cooksley for Dean.
Dean's done well to keep that in.
Owen Dean forced backwards, and he's presented an opportunity here to Poole with Gwengui, and it's Diaz!
Unbelievable save. Farnham got away with that. Can that spark them into life?
It was good work from Poole to force that mistake from Dean, and then he's stolen it again here with Slade. And now it's Hill. Ike Hill. Cooksley and Kinane deal with it. But here's Davis. And now McCormick. He'll have a go. And it did force Ecott into a save.
Yeah, they're the tough ones where it just bounces for the keeper, but he's dealt with it well.
Well, Antonio Diaz, after moving across to the right, he almost edged Poole in front there.
Looks like a little change of shape there for Farnham Town. If my hearing was working well there. Looks like more of a 4-3-3, I believe. We'll see how that plays out.
Davis standing over the corner. It's one from the training ground. Slade goes over, half-hearted it feels.
Nothing in that.
Looking for Staunton. Owen Dean getting up. Great leap from Owen Dean. And he's looking for runners ahead of him. The only one he's really got is Booth. Booth will have a go down the right. And Hill. That's some good defensive work there. Here's Davis. We did mention that Poole might be sensing something. It has played out that way in the last few minutes.
Yeah, look, the Poole manager looks like he's got a spring in his step. He believes Poole have been the better side in the second half. Can they make it pay?
Nice touch there from Bayliss. Good feet from Mackenzie. Just not quite so much energy from the forwards as we saw earlier on.
No, it's definitely a different game.
On by Kinane into Evans. Can he hold it up?
Oh, he's done well.
With it here. And he's looked to slide in Dean. And here's Dean! Saved by Parks. Here's Booth! Another great effort from Booth.
Thought Owen might look to take on the goalkeeper there. It just looked like it opened up for him if he had the chance, but he's gone for it again. It's quite similar to one of Sam's in the first half.
Jack Dean. Evans. Offside against Dean. That's unforgivable, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't need to tell everyone how unforgivable that is. We've all played football. We've all watched football for enough. Not just looking across the line, but coming back. I mean, I blame the passer as well, to be honest.
Well, Walton and Hersham, Gloucester, Wimborne, all winning, all pulling away from both Poole and Farnham. Mackenzie for Cooksley. He's on his way, and surely that will produce the first yellow card. Harvey Slade is going to go into the book here. Don't think he can have any complaints. Farnham Town are going to take action. Going to turn to their bench. As we move into the last 25 minutes. Mason's cross. Not really seen Farnham test Ryan Campbell since his move inside the centre-back. Given away. Dean. Evans wants it. Dean wants the free kick and gets it.
Looks like Joe Jackson's being readied. Be interesting to see who's coming on for. Potentially Harry Cooksley. Not had loads of 90 minutes. If I had to say other than that, maybe Bo Booth and stick Cooksley forward, but yeah, I don't know. If I had to guess, I'd say Harry Cooksley, but let's see.
And it comes from Taylor. It's going to drop for Booth. Cooksley. Jack Dean. Oh, and he went one way and Owen Dean went the other. And the move breaks down. Mason. Mackenzie's beaten to that. Mason bails out the central midfielder. Owen Dean. Cooksley. He's dispossessed by Slade. There's Hill. Mackenzie wins it back.
He's got to slide Booth in there.
Dean does lay it off to Booth.
Oh.
And now we will see the change, or Farnham take it too quickly, actually. Mason. He's got some space here. And it's a low ball in. Away by Staunton. Taylor coming deep and almost losing the ball. Okay, now we will see the change. Adam Liddell. Linesman didn't realise that changes were looking to be made there. So Farnham have to wait to bring Liddell and Jackson on. Given away by Kinane. Here's Hill. Still Hill. Evades Cooksley's challenge. And here is Cooksley. And Hill was late on Cooksley. Not sure if the referee saw it. Now, at the third time of asking, we will see the change.
We might never find out who this is for.
Well, Sam Evans is being withdrawn. Liddell will go on as a straight swap for him. And Harry Cooksley is the other one. So you did call it.
Good performance from Cooksley, really. Look back to his best.
Number 8, Harry Cooksley. And on his place, number 14, Joe Jackson.
Come on, Joe!
The match winner at Evesham.
Joe always fancies it. He always fancies a goal. But they got a 2v1 over here.
Mason. Bobby Joe Taylor. Mason wanted the return. Taylor goes himself, looking to sweep it in towards Little. Bayliss over the top, looking for Little. Goalkeeper came out decisively, did well.
Yeah, great ball from Bayliss. Played it with a real nice amount of guile there. Can those subs inject just a bit more quality for Farnham? A bit of energy.
Jackson helps it on.
Pass the ball!
Here's Ryan Campbell.
Good, Cam! Good. Get it again, Scott. Get it again. Good, other side.
Mackenzie.
Good played in. Good.
And now Bayliss. Huge 20 minutes or so in Farnham's season.
Yeah, these are the moments where you find out what the teams are made of.
They are just beginning to take over after Poole had the better of the early goings in this second half. Not seen the volume of chances that we saw in the opening 45.
No, but you know, Rowan's probably had one of the best chances of the game there, really. Apart from the one he had in the first half, but yeah. There's chances here for both teams.
Mason. I wonder if it's almost worth throwing the kitchen sink at this if you're Farnham Town. Point not much good to them. Jack Dean. Here's Booth.
Shoulders back up.
Jackson. Into Dean. Everybody behind the ball for Poole Town. Owen Dean now. Little's in the centre.
Oh,
That's lovely from Dean. And still Dean into the side netting.
really good from Owen Dean. Game sort of come alive. You thought, could he be the match winner? I think often we've seen players tonight even, go in that position and play it across. He went alone. Was it the right decision? Potentially. Didn't quite have enough on it.
Well, Salim Syed is going to replace Antonio Diaz here.
Player with a lot of pedigree. Was at Farnborough. Really good player. Good footballer. Will have a lot of quality. Probably again a sign. Poole aren't just happy with the point. They think there's chances here to win it.
Slade. Gwengui. Nice touch from him. Here's Hill. Oh, and he opted not to shoot. And wins the corner. You wondered if he was going to go for goal. He tried to slide it in for Gwengui.
He did, but Gwengui again came alive. Like just little nicks and sort of got his body in and just made something happen. He's a real shifting up there, to be fair to him.
Yeah, he's been feeding off scraps, but his touch is really assured. He's trying to make life awkward for Ecott here. Standing on the goalkeeper as Davis gets set to deliver. Met by Bayliss. Out to Hill. This time he does go for goal. And it's up and out by Brandon Mason.
Back in! Back in!
A quarter of an hour plus added time. Farnham somehow failed to take the lead in that first half. Will they pay the ultimate price?
It's just a really big sort of end to this game. Both teams, when you get into that playoff race, the points are just so tight. Everyone's so tight, and you look back at the end of the season when you're sat there either in the playoffs or out the playoffs, and you're saying, God, if only we just didn't concede that goal late. And Farnham have experienced that once against Poole this season. Will either team experience it again? I mean, you just don't want to be on the wrong end of this.
Lewis. Good work from Bayliss. Booth. Onto Bayliss again, and now quite reached Taylor. Little gets a touch. That's short from Jackson though. Hill. He's lively, and he's got Gwengwyn! And Ecott comes to Farnham's rescue. Was Gwengwyn's touch just too heavy there? Not sure what the decision is. Looks like it's gone against Mason.
Yeah, not quite sure, but
well, the chances are starting to come, and it's Hill that's really starting to make things happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's a brilliant chance. It's probably the best chance of the second half. Ecott's come out really bravely. It's why you bring him in. He spreads himself and makes a huge save. Keeps Farnham level.
It's going to be Davis again. Met by Dean. Mason on to Liddell. Liddell's away here. Owen Dean. Now Booth. 6 bodies around him, but Booth keeps going. And then a late one from Liddell. So many bodies back there. Farnham couldn't get enough forward.
No, just felt like once he beat one man, is he really going to go and beat 5 or 6? Probably not.
Keep doing it, well done! Hey, come on!
Syed into Gwengwyn.
Even that when it's gone up in the air between Gwengwyn and Bayliss, like even him just competing just made his team win the second. He doesn't give away any free headers. It's just important Farnham don't resort to that. They've done really well tonight to not resort to that, which has been a bit of a pattern of play in the last few games, and they've done well not to do that. They need to keep the ball on the ground in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, Poole sitting a little bit deeper, which makes it more difficult, of course. But there are still chances in this. Both teams know that. I have to say the substitutes for Poole have made a big difference. Do sympathise with Staunton there. He didn't whistle at the referee. The free kick did go Farnham's way. Here's Mackenzie.
You can just feel it around the ground. It's got very tense very quickly. I think everyone just senses this is big. If Farnham are going to achieve what they want to achieve this season, it's games like this they're going to need to win.
Dean looking for Owen Dean. Oh, and that was nearly perfectly weighted for Taylor. Jack Dean again. And Liddell's there. And Liddell just pokes it over the bar.
He's got to score. It's a brilliant ball over the top. He just positioned it perfectly. Farnham got a switch on here though.
Liddell was almost surprised that the chance came, even though he'd done all the hard work.
Once it comes though, you've got to be ready. You've got to be able to score that.
Booth. And now Taylor into Liddell. Waits for support. Gets it from Taylor. His cross, first time, is palmed away. And it's picked up by Slade. And here's Syed. Opportunity beckons here for Syed. Didn't get the desired contact.
Just shows you. Poole again threw men forward. They didn't just sort of pass the ball around and happy to sort of take a breather. They were here to win. They're here to win the game, and teams have done that all season. We're at the level now where teams come here, they try to win. They're not happy with points. They're not happy to just sort of see how they go. They want to come here and win. They want to make a statement. And Poole, you can't say they've not. They've probably edged the second half.
Well, Syed would like that one back, that's for sure. Gwengui felt some contact from Bayliss. Play allowed to go on. Poole get the corner. Well, we said when Farnham equalised we'd be surprised if it finished 1-1. I'd still be surprised if it finished 1-1.
Even when the next goal goes in, I'm not sure that's going to be the winner.
Plenty forward for Poole. And it's met at the near post. And it's Hill. Not the man you wanted it to fall to, but doesn't hit the target with his floated effort. Bayliss looking to get Taylor on his way. Keeper comes out and happy to give away the throw. Taylor gets on with it. Booth into Mason. Taylor. And Taylor gets it in eventually. Met by Mackenzie on the edge. That's nice control there from Syed, and here's Gwengui Kanane coming across. And it's a race between the two. And Kanane wins the battle and wins the throw. Gwengui furious, but it looked like the right decision.
Yeah. Just what you want from your captain, really. That's better. You've got to play Taylor in early here.
Here is Taylor. Liddell wants it. McCormick for Poole.
It's just been a bit too easy to play around Farnham in those positions. They've not really trapped anyone in. Like there, it's just too easy.
Jackson committed himself. His lowest. And now Hill. Liddell almost stealing it there. Staunton. Mason trying to stay tight to Syed.
Oh, it's brilliant.
He's done really well. And Syed's away. Mason just getting back, but Syed can pick out a cross. Doesn't get a good one in, but does bounce off Kanane. It's another Poole set piece from this right-hand side.
But they're the team in the ascendancy. It's Poole that are putting the pressure on.
Chris Campbell has taken over corner duties. big moments. Hill offers an option short. Taylor follows him. Whipped in by Campbell. Oh, it was on by Slade. Not dealt with completely by Jackson just yet.
Still Poole though.
Syed. Look for the reverse pass. It's opened up here. High
I think
and wide.
that's why it's opened up.
Looks like Tom Leggett's going to come on.
And no-go Obi as well.
Substitutions, Poole Town going off, number 2, McCormick.
Well, McCormick is off and AO is on. Another positive change.
Yeah, fair play to him.
In his place, number 11, Io.
So Charlie Davis is going to fill in.
Substitution for Farnham Town going off for number 12.
Well, been a great debut for Bo Booth. He's the man who got Farnham on level terms.
Great debut, really. Not quite as effective in the second half, but he'll be happy.
And it's Mackenzie off and Obi on.
Number 21, Matt Mackenzie. Not in space. Number 11, Obi.
So Leggett and Jackson are the midfield pair. Pretty much got 4 up front. Dean and Taylor the deeper of the 4. Neither team satisfied with a point.
No, and you know, it's an opportunity to come and beat a playoff rival.
Obi looking to get involved straight away.
It's a great clearance, it really is.
Jackson and Canane got in each other's way.
It's a big, big couple of minutes.
Jackson dealt with by Campbell and then on by Leggett. Bounces off Owen Dean. Throw in to Farnham. Taylor. Dean. Here's Taylor. Bobby Joe Taylor!
Just has had a few sighters like that and just overhit a few of them.
Yeah, that certainly could have been the moment.
Not going to be many more of them.
That was the man you would have wanted that opportunity to come to. Ayer wins the header. Then Canane. Mason. Slade.
Just first to their seconds at the moment.
Slade's everywhere, isn't he? Hill. Giving Canane a problem. Little. On to Taylor.
Oh.
And his touch lets him down.
Very rare sight that.
Here goes Slade again.
Oh, surely not.
Bursting through and taken out by Dan Bayliss. And, well, this is very much IK Hill territory, as we know.
Be surprised if Bayliss doesn't get a card there.
Indeed he does. Harvey Slade's engine just never ending.
You know what, it's a disappointing, if it does end this way, it's a disappointing result for Farnham. After the performance in the first half, they should be winning these games.
Well, it might get worse here.
We know he can hit them.
Micah Hill looking to hurt Farnham again. It is Hill. Took a nick on the way through. So it's a guide one into the bottom corner.
Be interesting to see what the number goes up. I think it'll be quite a lot of added time, if I'm honest. A lot of subs. I think the number will be at least 4, but let's wait and see.
Yeah, there was that stoppage for Owen Dawes' injury. In by Campbell again. Away by Dean. Can Obi hold that up? He's beaten to it by Ryan Campbell. It's 5 added minutes. There's your answer.
That's nice.
For Liddell. The Farnham have a 3-on-3. Will they make the right decisions here? Liddell keeps going, and it's just taken a bit of momentum out of the attack. It's on for Taylor though. Leggett on the edge. Taylor still has it. Oh, and it's almost ricocheted for Jackson.
Liddell's got to play it earlier.
Straight out of play from Adam Parks. Oh, and he got given a problem there by Hill. Does well. Mason. Towards Obi. Nicely done until the pass. Bit of the noise and the atmosphere just being sucked out of this. Farnham fans fear that it is going to be another one of those nights. They've just not been able to earn a big signature home win against one of their rivals. Taylor. Still time to change that. Dean for Obi! Oh, and the flag's up. The flag's up against Liddell. Or it might have been against Obi. It just eats up more of the clock. Only a couple of minutes left. And somehow we are edging towards a 1-1 draw.
Would not have said that at half time. But look, there's still time. There's still time there. Probably 90 seconds.
Time for one more chance for one of these two sides. Poole hope it's them with Slade. Ayo. Stays in. Slade got there. Lois looking to get there too. Here he is. Oh, Slade. Looked like handball. Still Slade though. Hill. Bit of a scramble. Slade! It's out of the ground and onto the rooftop.
Farnham got to get on with this.
It's got to go forward. Won by Staunton. Bayliss just gets it up towards Liddell. Farnham throw. Will they have time? Referee looks at his watch. Obi. Mason. Farnham have to come backwards.
Can't afford that. Not sure you're going to get another attack.
Canane.
This is
Here's
it.
Dean. Now or never for Farnham Town. Still Dean. Jackson. Obi! Yes! There's your match winner! Obi out the death! And it's Farnham who take all 3 points!
I said in the first half, those chances, they fell to the wrong players. Obi would have loved one of those chances. He got one of those chances at the end. He made it pay. He had to wait to the 86th minute to come on. Big signing in the summer. He's come on. He's been patient. He took his chance. And it's a valuable 3 points.
Well, Farnham have been the victims so often of that sort of moment. Tonight, they benefit in the 95th minute. Obi. And it's fair to say he needed a moment like that. Farnham needed a moment like that. And boy, has he delivered. And it's just a case of seeing out what must just be a few seconds here. Another look at the watch from the referee. And that's going to roll through to Ecop.
Gotta be it. I'm surprised he even sort of had that. I mean, it's brilliant from Joe Jackson there. It really is. Composure. Just what Farnham were missing in the second half.
And there it is. They've got all 3 points. They looked unlikely in stoppage time, but Obi off the bench to rescue Farnham's season, maybe. They take all 3 points. Final score, Farnham 2, Poole Town 1. And we thank you very much for joining us for this live stream. It has been a special one, and it's a result that could catapult Farnham onto bigger and better things this season. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. More live streams to come. There's midweek games coming thick and fast. And we are done here. Little bit of afters. Kai Tanner involved down there. But that doesn't matter. What matters is that Farnham Town are back in business. They are putting together the run they needed to put together. And they are now within a point of Poole with a game in hand. And they have their sights set higher. Thanks again for joining us. It's Farnham's night at the Memorial Ground.